What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Hashtag, hashtag, the takeover. I wanted to come on here to give my thoughts on some shit. All right? I wanted to come on here and give my thoughts on some shit 'cause I don't have all night. So I wanted to come on here now and do it. So I wanted to, give credit to myself. Not in all seriousness. What's up, Ron Neal? How are you doing? There's still some of you, by the way, that told me, "Hey, I bet you this," and I accepted the bet, and I'm waiting for the money. So there's the cash app. Okay, so I'm just saying, a lot of you haven't seen you in a while, but it's okay. Give you the benefit of the doubt, right? Maybe a lot of football this weekend. Maybe you got caught up. We will see. We really will. We will see. I am. I want to tell you guys. First of all, I want to talk about Berlanga. Okay. I want to talk about Berlanga, Puerto Rican fighter. What's going on, Haplotype? Good fighter. But is he a front runner? He's knocking everybody out in the first round. But who are these guys? Oh, Batista, that guy's never been stopped. I get it. Berlanga needs to go rounds, man. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you right now. Berlanga needs to go rounds. And I saw this in a banner today, and I think it's a good matchup. Put Berlanga in the ring. Put him in the ring with Daniel Jacobs. Put him in the ring with someone for him. Somebody that's going to go rounds, number one. Someone who isn't scared. That dude looks scared like a motherfucker. Berlanga hit this dude one time. His eyes were popped wide open. He was cut. He looked like he saw a ghost. I get it. The dude hits hard he hits like a Mack truck. I get it. But hey, he needs to go rounds, man. This kid, he needs to go rounds because he's gonna run into somebody he ain't gonna knock out. It's gonna happen. It happens to all of them. All punchers run into that dude they can't knock out, and they're gonna have to go rounds. Is Berlanga just a front runner? We don't know yet. We don't know the answer to that question because he hasn't gone past the first round. Many of them, like before halfway through the round. It's ridiculous. Berlanga said, "Well, I saw he couldn't take my punch, so I had to get him out of there." No! Carry the dude. Let's do some. Right? I respect it. It's like a shark smelling blood in the water. I get it. He needs to take the prey out. I get it. Put him in there, man. I think Danny Jacobs is a good fight at 168. Berlanga, Jacobs. I believe Jacobs gets past the first round for sure. Okay? I don't think there's anybody that disagrees with me that Jacobs gets past the first round. Now, if he knocks out Jacobs in the first round, that would be amazing. But I don't think he gets him out of there. I'm not saying he doesn't win. I'm just saying I need to see somebody that's going to get this guy over the, first of all, can we get past the first round? And once he gets past the first round, I need to see this guy, tested. Over 4 rounds, 5 rounds. Let's go 6 rounds. Is he just a 4-round fighter? Don't be shocked if you turn around and Berlanga drops the guy twice, the guy survives, and the guy comes back and beats him. Don't be surprised if that happens. Because that could happen. That can very well happen. I think Berlanga is great for boxing. I mean, punchers in general are good for boxing. They really are. Right? But at the end of the day, I need to see him tested. He needs to go rounds. He does. Hopefully in the gym, he's going rounds, right? People are going to fall in love with this kid's power, and it's hard not to fall in love with power. It really is. Haplotype says he looks good so far. So you got to profit. How's he going? He needs to go rounds, and I also think you should try to move him up as fast at the time. I got you. Okay, Berlanga is looking great so far. Halo effect. We will see. He knocked out a guy, supposedly a veteran, and that went the distance a lot of times. I get it, but hey, that dude looks scared as fuck. There's obviously something these motherfuckers are feeling that they never felt before. This dude is instilling fear in the eyes of these guys. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. Edgar Berlanga, 15-0, 15 wins by way of knockout in the first round. The chosen one. That's his nickname. Out of Brooklyn, New York. Puerto Rican fighter. So this dude he fought, right? Lanel Bellows had never been stopped. Ever. He fought like 28 pro fights. Never been stopped. You know what I mean? I get it, right? Okay, he never been stopped, and everybody's like, hey, man, let me tell you, he's going to get him at least past the first round. Well, that didn't happen. Okay? Didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Now, granted, he never been stopped, but he never been scheduled for anything past 10 rounds, a lot of 8-round fights. So, in fairness, putting that out there. Berlanga instilled fear in this dude. This dude looked scared, bro. This guy looked frightened. You fight like that, you're going to get knocked out. You know what I mean? The ref stepped in and saved him from a brutal knockout. He was about to get brutally knocked out. It was a good stoppage. Not just because of the demeanor. He was taking a beating. He was obviously outclassed. But not just because of that. It was just he was hurt. And he was a couple punches away from suffering a vicious knockout. I was where I was watching the fight with my cousin. Some dude was like, hey, man, that was stopped too early. You never know. Well, what if he survives and comes back? Like, let me tell you something, dude. This dude was not coming back. Okay? But Marcus got knocked out 3 times against Pacquiao. Got up. And this dude ain't at that Marcus level. Marcus was fighting at a championship level at that time. And Marcus didn't look scared. Okay, Marcus didn't have those eyes. There was something about this dude's eye. Did he look at his eyes? His eyes. Like they were wide. Dude, he looked frightened. And that's what a puncher does. But you know what's going to happen? You're going to run into a dude that ain't scared. You're going to run into a dude that's going to feel that power, and he's going to respect it. Right? He's going to respect your power. And it was a fool not to respect this guy's power. But a good boxer that respects a puncher's power is going to, use some IQ. Right? He's going to get out of those early rounds. He's going to try to drown you in deep waters. Okay? Berlanga's throwing a lot of power in those shots. I don't know if he could keep doing that past 4 rounds. I'm just telling you right now. Now, of course, getting past the four rounds is easier said than done. But he hasn't fought somebody at that level, man. It's only a matter of time before he runs into somebody that's going to take his power. And then ding, ding, we're ready for round 5. He's tired. He ain't throwing punches like that no more. Maybe he does. Maybe Berlanga could do this shit for 12 rounds. I don't know. But I'm going to enjoy the ride while we're there. I am. All right? I'm going to enjoy the round because power is magnetic to the steel of our desires. And it's going to be fun to watch, okay? That one round was some of the most exciting shit on Saturday. And that's that. You know what I mean? It made me look good, too. I was like, oh, he's going to knock him out in the first round. Watch. You know what I mean? And then it happened. They're like, wow, how'd you call that, bro? You know, like, hey, man, as a boxing fan, you could look, you could look like a genius, bro. Like when dudes don't even know. No, watch, it's going to knock him out in the first. Watch. Then it happens. They're like, whoa, how'd you know, bro? Milk Car with that membership. I appreciate the support. Guys can join the D-Style membership for just 99 cents a month, and it goes a long way in supporting the channel. All right. So I need to see more from Berlanga. Okay. Dude's calling out Canelo, bro. You ain't ready for no Canelo. You ain't ready for, like, you can't even, like, dude. We don't even know if you could go 5 hard rounds yet. Now, first of all, Canelo ain't fighting nobody right now. Canelo's litigation. Okay, that's number one. But if Canelo's to fight him, to be honest with you, I think Canelo should do it now. Shit. Just do it now. Canelo's going to just, first of all, he'll probably give away that first round just to get out of that round. You know what I mean? This kid ain't ready for no Canelo, bro. I'm just telling you guys right now. I don't think so. I don't think he's ready for a Caleb Plant. Again, that's another fighter that's going to make sure he gets it past 4 rounds, and we're going to see what Berlanga's got. Berlanga's throwing a lot of power shots, okay? There's a reason these motherfuckers, get that engine going first, right? There's a reason they start slow. There's a method to this madness. This dude's starting a little fast. It's like a shock, when he comes out, and it's working against this level of opposition. But I mean, I guess if he knocked out Canelo in the first, that would be amazing, right? At that point, what the fuck do we say? But if he were to knock out a Caleb Plant in the first, I mean, that would be amazing. That would shock the fuck out of me. But I'm confident those guys, win or lose, they're going to get past at least the 4th round. And then we're going to really find out what Berlanga is all about, right? Berlanga, Daniel Jacobs, to me, that's a great fight. It gives Daniel Jacobs an opponent, that he could beat and put his name back out there. It gives Berlanga a name and somebody that can go rounds. That's a great fight, okay? That's a great fight for sure. Big Dog Willie with that support. He says, according to two Lomo nut huggers, he's still undefeated and his record is 1,000-0. It's, Lomo time travel to history and kill Ali, Joe Louis, Hagler, and Hearns in a handicap match. His best victory was Jesus and a draw with God. So his arms aren't too short to box with God, huh? Is that what it is? He walked on water to turn water into wine and shit. Hey, I appreciate the support, Big Dog Willie. I just got a Cash App. I cannot see it now. I appreciate it. Whoever sent that, I appreciate that very much. All right. I'll try to look at it right now. $ D-Style Boxing. So what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think. Berlanga. Is he ready to step up, or do they got to find him guys that will give him rounds? You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel. Like they got to put him in there with somebody that's going to go at least 4 rounds, and to put him in there with somebody else that go at least 6 rounds. I just feel like he needs to fight durable guys. They're out there. I know they thought this guy was durable, right? But my God, dude, he had this guy so shook, all right? Honest to God, bro. Have you ever seen like those wild animals, like in those shows, like when the lion attacks the fucking zebra, like, the fucking snatches part of its leg, and you see the hyenas when they attack a zebra or some shit or some calf of some sort, and their eyes pop open, like, you know what I mean? Like that was this dude, bro. Okay, it looked like they were abusing somebody. Like this was crazy. It looked like slaughter, bro. It looked like it looked like they unleashed, a predator on a fucking prey. Like that's what it looked like. I'm like, God damn, this dude is like assassinating motherfuckers in the first round. But hey, and not everyone's your prey, bro. You're gonna run into another fucking predator, right? Who's gonna, know that it's about the long game. They're going to weather that early storm, and then we're going to find out about Berlanga. You know, we're going to really find out what Berlanga's all about at that point. We're going to find out. So shout out to Berlanga. And I want to get to the main event here. I want to get to the main event. Yeah, big time for him to step up, Brian. Absolutely. It's time to step up, says She Funky. It's time to get them dudes that can make them go rounds. We need to find out what this guy's all about, okay? Because there's always this one thing that I always think about, you know? And I wonder, like, especially at the velocity and ferocity that he's fighting in that first round. You know, I know he'll have something in the second and third, but what is he going to have after the fourth, fifth round? You know, we do not know yet. We just don't. All of us can guess. Some of us can believe, but there's not enough data in the data bank to know that. We don't know. You know what I mean? It's like that stock that looks good, but you're taking a risk, you know? So do we buy stock? If Berlanga was in the stock market, I want to ask you guys, do you buy stock on Berlanga in the long run? Is it going to pay off in the long run? Buying stock on Berlanga right now is what I want to know. John Ryder would be a good test as a Milcar. Absolutely. That's a good fight. Let's do it. All right. We got a lot of durable guys out there, but they got to put them in the ring with. And I wouldn't be shocked if one of those guys beat him. We just don't know what Berlanga's got after 4 rounds. Okay? A lot of these guys, let me tell you guys something right now. And this goes in the history of boxing. These big monster punchers, when they get in the ring with some, there's 2 types of fighters that beat them. It's either one, the guy that can, outbox them, you know what I mean? Weather that early storm, and then just outbox them 8-4 or something, you know what I mean? And then there's like the guy with that chin, like the guy that just takes your best shot and he's still there. And that, I don't know who's that's going to be yet, but that day's going to come, And a lot of these power punchers, they fall apart when they finally land a big shot and these guys go nowhere. Now, what I want to know is what the hell is in the water in Brooklyn is what I want to know. We got Tyson over here a couple years ago, just knocking dudes out and instilling fear in dudes, like hitting them with some shit that they never felt before. The Spinks in the ground, like what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? We got Berlanga over here, like dudes. They just look like they never been hit with that. We got Teofimo Lopez making Comey do backflips and shit. Well, they were front flips. They're going to do front flips, rolling around in the ground and shit. You know what I mean? Having Lomachenko scared to throw anything for 7 straight rounds and shit. What the fuck? What's in the water in Brooklyn is what I want to know. Send me some of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, bro? What do they got over there? Right? Hey, isn't Danny Jacobs from Brooklyn? That's a good fight, bro. Especially like when the pandemic's over, man. They could do that fight in Brooklyn. For sure. I know Danny's from New York for sure. But hey, let's do that fight. You know what I mean? But I want to know what the fuck's in the water in Brooklyn. That's what I want to know. Everybody's talking about the southern strength. These dudes in Brooklyn are hitting hard like motherfuckers. Right? Well, check it out. Check this out. Yeah, dude, that's a big fight over there, bro. Barclays Center. Barclays Center. Berlanga versus the veteran, the vet. You know what I mean? Danny Jacobs been caught before by Priov. You know what I mean? He's been caught early. He's been dropped. But Priov had a little more to offer than just power. Can Berlanga, blitz this dude out of there in the first fucking round? Can he blitz fucking Jacobs? Something no one's outside of Priov's ever done? At least not lately. Can he blitz this dude? Or better yet, can he win a decision against Jacobs? Can he maybe go around and stop him later against Jacobs? We will see. Can Jacobs school the kid? Drown him in deep waters? It's an intriguing matchup. It really is. Let's do it. All right. I want to share this with you guys. Let me bring this up right now. And rest in peace to Billows. Yo, rest in peace. I want to share this with you guys, if I can. And let me see if I can get the shit out of here. There we go. Let me share this screen with y'all. So we go over these matchups, pretty good matchups, all right? Forgive me, I am not a big NBA fan. However, I like basketball, but I haven't followed it like that. In other words, okay. This is my community page. There was also a post by ESPN, by Dame. Is it Lillard? I don't know. But anyway, check out. All right, this list here. All right, I'm just saying. All right, this is his list. Now, there's people nitpicking the list, by the way. Like, I don't know about that fight. Why would that one be? Like, dude, are you kidding me? Look, the more athletes we have, the more celebrities we have talking about boxing, telling people what they want to see, the better. Okay? It puts a spotlight on boxing that boxing really needs right now. Okay? We got some momentum. Let it be. Stop nitpicking. Right? Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez, number one. And that's high on my list as well. It really is. Okay? Gervonta Davis against Ryan Garcia. Good fight. Good fight. Shakur Stevenson against Vasyl Lomachenko. They're talking about Vasyl going back to 130. That is an intriguing matchup. Teofimo Lopez against Devin Haney. I'm assuming 135. That fight could also happen at 140, by the way. There was interviews last year where Haney himself was saying he might move up. Okay, because he ain't going to be around long in the division. So the fight could still happen. Okay. Manny Pacquiao against Mikey Garcia. I find that fight more intriguing than most. I really do. I think that's a hell of a fight. All right. Errol Spence against Terrence Crawford. Huh? That's number one for me right now, but shit, I'll take it. All right. I don't even know this is in a particular order anyway, but hey. Jermall Charlo versus Julian Williams. You know what? I'll take that fight. It's a good fight. Well, 154 is loaded, though. 154 is loaded like a motherfucker. It really is. 154 is loaded. You know what I mean? That's just loaded like a motherfucker. All right? So let's do it. A lot of fights that could be done over there. All right? Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, number 8. Yes. For undisputed. 9. Jermall Charlo against Canelo Alvarez. Hey. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to see that fight. You know, but Canelo's in the middle of a lawsuit. So a lot of you guys talking about Canelo's ducking, he's running. You got to chill a little bit. Just chill a little bit. Okay? He's literally in the middle of litigation. All right. Keith Thurman against Sean Porter 2. Okay. Me personally, I would put Spence Porter 2, but I'll still take it. You know, both guys could use this fight. It would be a crossroad fight for them. Berlanga against Danny Jacobs. Well, there you go. Jaron Ennis against Ugas. Hey, that's a good fight. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Why not? Shit. Artur Beterbiev against Dimitri Bivol. That would be for the best at 175. I got to tell you, man, a lot of dudes really believe in Bivol, right? But Artur, look, man, Beterbiev's a fucking beast, bro. Okay, he is. That guy's a fucking beast. So we're going to see how that goes. All right. I just wanted to kind of give you guys those lists. Shout out to Run PMC. How's it going? Okay. Dre's Finest. Okay. We got Brian S. on here. Okay. Run PMC May Pack. How's it going, guys? Let me know what do you think. Press the like button. Make sure the like button turns blue and all that good stuff. Look. Let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about, and by the way, guys, really quick, Hispanics causing panic tomorrow, right? We'll have a show set up, a lot to talk about, all that good stuff. That'll be tomorrow on a Tuesday, okay? And then we'll have something on Thursday as well. So we did that switch up, so we do two shows instead of just one per week, right? So just letting you guys know right now, all right? Check it out. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez. Talk about it, all right? Now let's talk about Teofimo Lopez versus Vasyl Lomachenko. I want to say a couple of things. I do, and then we'll kind of go from there. You know what I mean? But the winner, obviously, we all know the winner of the fight was Teofimo Lopez. He won the fight. Look, if there's people out there that call Lomachenko a bum and they feel his whole career is overrated, or if they say mean things about Vasyl Lomachenko and you don't like what they say, or oh, but they're not going to give him credit no more, or why do they have to dog him like that, or whatever it is, okay, take it to that person. Go to that channel and cry about it. Don't come crying about it to me, okay? Now, I will say that he is overrated, but that doesn't mean I don't think the dude's a good fighter. It just means he's not as good as you thought he was. If he was, he would have schooled and dominated and stopped Teofimo Lopez just like you said he would, all right? So that's number one. I mean, even if you come up with an argument and say it's your opinion and your prerogative, and you still believe he's still great, good for you. You see it your way. I see it my way. There are plenty of channels on here that are going to tell you what you want to hear. Plenty of them are going to tell you that they're still going to say Lomachenko actually won the fight. They're going to tell you Lomachenko was robbed. They're going to tell you Lomachenko is a great fighter. And he's underrated, not overrated. Like that, you know what I mean? You're going to have people that are going to tell you what you want to hear anyway. So why are you so triggered and so concerned about what I think? I'm going to give you my opinion. That's what I'm going to do. I can only speak for me. Okay? Now, with that said, overrated doesn't mean trash. Overrated doesn't mean he sucks. Overrated doesn't mean dumpster juice, as Chief Funky says. That's not what it means. Okay? Vasyl Lomachenko was a good champion, a great champion. Okay? Very talented fighter, very accomplished fighter in the amateurs, one of the best amateurs ever. Okay? Had some solid wins in the pros. Right? Right? I give him credit for his wins over, the axe murderer. I do. Okay? If somebody else doesn't, that's their opinion. Okay? I can't do anything about that. I could just tell you what I think. Do you understand? Oh, but this time, I want to send it to this channel and he said that Lomachenko never done shit. Like that's how they feel. What do you want? My message is always the same. It doesn't matter who it is. Okay? I think he's a good fighter. All right? I still think if Lomachenko wants to keep fighting, which I believe he will, he's still going to have some good wins. Okay? He's still capable of beating a lot of the top opposition because he's one of the top fighters in the sport. Okay? I don't think he was a quote-unquote hype job. All right? It depends who was hyping him. Right? I wasn't one of those people that got mad because they called him number one pound for pound. Pound for pound is a subjective list. Okay? That's what it is. I didn't personally have him there, but I had him like top 3. It's not like I had him that far off, right? At the end of the day, I even said that if he did what you guys said he was going to do, if he went there and schooled Theo and knocked him out and all this other shit I was hearing, that I was really considering put him number 1 pound for pound. But he didn't. He didn't do that. Okay? He didn't do any of that. He won a couple of rounds when it was too late in the fight. That's all he did. All right? With that said, just because I say he's overrated doesn't mean I'm saying he sucks. It just means that from my vantage point, okay, and this is, again, you guys need to understand. For example, let me give you an example. There is a difference between a burglary and a robbery, right? There's a difference between those two words, right? Now, if you don't know the difference, that's fine. I know a lot of people are probably saying, oh, you're dumb. It's the same thing. Like, no, it's not. A burglary happens when you're not home. A robbery happens when you're home. Okay? And there's a burglary, you were not in the, nobody was in the vicinity, just a burglar. Okay? A robber does it in front of people. But that's not here nor there. So there is a difference. Overrated and he sucks are two different things. Do you understand? They're two different. If I wanted to say Lomachenko sucks, if I wanted to say Lomachenko's a bum, I would just say that. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Lomachenko is overrated. That's all I said. Okay? Now, overrated to whom? To people comparing him to Chavez. Okay? People comparing him to Maltrick Taylor. People comparing him to Roberto Duran. Okay? He's not at those guys' level. In my opinion, that is overrating him. Okay? That doesn't mean he's trash. It just means you thought a little too much of the guy. I don't think he beats Mosley at 135. I don't think he beats De La Hoya at 135. He doesn't beat Mayweather at 135. He doesn't beat those guys. All right? Does that mean that he sucks? No. That just means that he's overrated to anyone who had him that high. People that said, oh, I never seen anyone like him before. He's the most skilled boxer I've ever seen. Over fucking rated. Do you understand? In boxing, you got to put in a lot of fucking work. A lot of work. Of course, he's going to have angles and all that shit against other opposition. Of course he is. Of course. Oh, but look this style. He looks so good. He was making Pedraza miss. Oh, look at the angle. Oh, he double stepped and hit an anchor punch and all that. Dude, stop. It's Pedraza. Okay? Like, come on. And I'm not even shitting on Pedraza. Pedraza's a good win. But a win over him doesn't put you over a lot of these all-time greats that a lot of dudes put him over. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean he's going to do that to Duran. He's going to do that shit to Chavez and shit. Now, that's one thing. One may say, but those guys are extremes, right? Those guys are extreme. I never say he was better than those guys. I just think he's great. Well, I didn't say he wasn't. I'm just saying he was overrated. It's not just those people are vastly overrating him. But even a lot of you guys that picked it to win, you overrated him. Right? You overrated him. And it's up to him now to turn things around and prove you wrong. You right. Right? We'll see what it's going to do now, because now, whatever aura he had, and that shit's gone. And it's not impossible, but it's hard for a boxer to overcome that. Okay? Because now the whole, like, with Salido thing, at least I could say, oh, it was only a second fight. And some of that is true. Like, I get it. He was, he was green. He wasn't ready for what Salido did. Salido came overweight. Salido was, fouling him a lot. Well, whatever it is, right? But you don't have that anymore. This time, the one fouling was Vasyl Lomachenko, hitting him with headbutts and shit. So that was pointed out to me. I went to and rewatched that, man. Let me tell you, I don't know for sure, but it did look like he was fucking hitting with those headbutts. Okay? It looked like he was a little desperate. And I'm not even mad at the guy. Do what you got to do. Right? I'm not mad at him at all, man. That tells me he has some dog in him. Okay? But next time, just bring that dog in you later in the fight. All right? I had to hear that this guy was downloading information. Right? Batista, he was downloading information. He was processing what Teofimo Lopez is trying to do. Right? Right? That's what I was told. Batista, he's downloading information, Batista. Right? That's what he was doing, bro. All right, round 2, let's go. I thought this dude was the Matrix, bro. I was waiting for the Matrix and shit. I got fucking AOL. I got AOL with a 98 Mac computer and shit. You gave me AOL with a Mac computer, but that's the Matrix. Man, get this bootleg Matrix out of my face. Okay? Get this bootleg Matrix out of my face. All right, it's round 5, Loma. Are you ready or what? I'm processing information. Hold up. Give me a second, D-Style. Give me a second, D-Style. It's round 6, Loma. Come on, bro. Are you done downloading the information? Where you at? Yo, it's round 6. All right? I need you to finish downloading this shit because we're in the middle of a fight. You understand? Huh? Let me tell you something. I'm glad you said it. You took the words out of my mouth, bro. He was intimidated. He felt the power. Any boxer will tell you, bro. You could ask him. You can gauge the power. When you have those mitts up, when you have the gloves up, and boom, you hear that shot, you can gauge it a little bit. You can gauge it, okay? Bernard Hopkins, okay? I'll give the guys a shout out. He did an interview. You know what? I don't even know it was them, so fuck him. I believe this was on his Instagram, but Bernard Hopkins talked about when he fought Tito Trinidad. Once he felt the hook, he felt that hook from Trinidad. Boom! Guess what he did? Guess what Bernard did? Now he didn't get scared. Bernard didn't do this shit. Right? He didn't do that, but you know what he did? He kept that fucking hand up. Okay? And he said his wrist was swollen after that fucking fight because he felt that power and he respected it. It's okay to respect power. Right? That's a smart thing to do. Loma either respected it way too fucking much, okay? Either he respected it way too much, or he was a little intimidated by what he felt, okay? It was taking him a long time not to download information. It was taking him he was basically trying to figure out, how am I going to open this kid up? How am I going to get on, find ways to land on this kid so he doesn't hit me back with that? Okay. Now, I'll tell you what, man, and here's something I told Chief Funky last night. A lot of you guys got to put respect on Teofimo Lopez's name, right? This kid is not a regular puncher. He can box, okay? I'm hearing a lot of people say, by golly gee, he could box. Who would have thought? I didn't know he could box. I hate to say this about a lot of you guys, man. A lot of you just watch highlights of Teofimo Lopez. I could tell. Right? I could tell you only watch highlights of Teofimo. What do you mean you didn't know he had a jab? You didn't know Teofimo had a jab, and you went into this fight convinced that he didn't have a jab, and that's why you picked Lomachenko? You didn't know he had a hook? Well, I just thought he had a right hand. Who knew? By golly gee, he has a hook? What? No. Oh, he's got a hook. A lot of you were telling me he's just a headhunter. Oh, he's just a headhunter, D-Style. That's what a lot of you were telling me, that he's a headhunter. Now, just because he's a sniper, okay, and he fucking has heads rolling in the ground, that doesn't mean he's just a headhunter. This guy goes to the body all the time, okay? Now, his body shots are more methodical, all right? They're more methodical, all right? But he does go to the body. He was landing beautiful right hands to the body. And let me give Lomachenko credit. That dude is in phenomenal shape, because he ate some of those body shots like a champ. He really did. This dude had welts on his fucking body, okay? He had him tentative like a motherfucker. If he wasn't intimidated, which I believe he was, but let's say he wasn't, he was definitely tentative. For sure. And when he had no choice, he started opening up. If they have a rematch, bro, he needs to risk getting knocked out to have a chance against Teofimo. You understand? He needs to take that risk. He has an uppercut and a right one at that. By golly gee. I just thought he had a straight right hand. Y'all just watched the Comey fight, huh? Y'all just watched the Comey fight. You went to BoxRec, all right, and you made your fucking prediction. Shame on you. Seriously. Shame on you. There's people that listen to you that want to win money. You know that, right? There's people that listen to your predictions and expect us, as the uploaders on here, to watch these fights and give them their honest take. And some of you guys were coming on here lying to people, saying he doesn't have a hook, saying his only punch is the right hand, saying he can't box, he's just a brute, okay? Saying there's no difference between Teofimo and Josecito Lopez, saying he's just a flat-footed fighter, okay, with a big punch. Y'all were lying. You were lying. You didn't analyze it. You didn't watch a lot of Teofimo Lopez. You watch highlights of him knocking fools out. That's it. That's all you did. Shame on you. Shame on you. Teofimo Lopez has TKOs on his record. All right. He has one punch knockouts in his record, including a right hand, including a hook, including a body shot. There are guys that go a whole fucking career and they don't have all that in their fucking record. Do you understand me? And like, this kid could punch with everything because he's done it with everything. These guys fall like a stack of bricks when he hits them. Okay? Loma showed me. Loma did not want to be a highlight reel. That's why he's super tentative, super defensive, super negative, and refused to do anything. He wanted Lopez to tire out hitting the fucking gloves before anything. Lopez hurt him with a body shot in the 10th. That was a borderline shot. That was not a shot in the nuts. That was not a low shot like that. Okay? I'm not mad about the ref calling it because the ref has to call something real time, and that's difficult to do. So I'm not mad about it. But all I'm saying is, for you guys talking about how he would hit him low, that was not a low shot. That was a borderline shot. Okay? Lomachenko does not have the top of his briefs around his belly button. Okay? He has him over his belly button. So you can hit around the belt line there. Okay? At the end of the day. To me, that was a legal shot, but it was borderline. I'm not mad at the ref. It's a real-time job, so it's whatever. Okay? But he was bailed out there. He got his get-out-of-jail-free card right there. Teofimo Lopez hits guys, right? And they fall down in the same way that they were standing up. Okay? Now, I know this is going to sound ridiculous to some people, okay? And I'm not comparing him as a fighter because he has a long ways to go, okay? But the way this kid hits people and they go down reminds me of Ruben Olivares. The way they just fall, all right? They just fall like a stack of bricks, and he's going to carry that power to 147. And I'm telling you right now, Ramirez, that's my dude, but you can't beat Teofimo Lopez, bro. I'm just telling you that right now. I know G Funky wants some time, and some people want some time. Not me. I'm calling it right now. He will beat Ramirez. All right? Ramirez, really good fighter. I think him and Josh Taylor is a 50-50 fight, but Teofimo Lopez stops Ramirez, bro. He stops him. Okay? And I love Jose Ramirez, man. He's one of my favorite fighters. But Teofimo Lopez is just something else. He just is. And he's all wrong for Teofimo Lopez. All right? Stylistically, it's a nightmare for Teofimo. It really is. Josh Taylor, believe it or not, I give him a better chance, but I think Teofimo beats Josh Taylor too. Josh Taylor, I'll give him a shot because he's big, right? He's a big dude. Josh Taylor can real soon be fighting at 147. All right. That is a big guy. So I wouldn't count. Like, I'm not as confident that he'll beat Josh Taylor as I was about Lomachenko, and definitely not about Jose Ramirez. Right. But styles make fights, brothers. It just does. Homie. Styles make fights. And Jose Ramirez, stay the fuck away. Okay. And please don't don't put him in the ring with Zapata, please. Okay. Daryl Zapata is one of my favorite fighters right now. Don't do him like that. Don't put him in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, please. Okay? He'll be one of those knockout highlight reels. He will. Okay? But I'm going with that right now. I'm just telling you guys right now. Even though I feel that stylistically, Jose Ramirez can give Taylor a lot of problems, and I would slightly favor Ramirez against Josh Taylor. Okay? Even though I still think Josh Taylor matches up better with Teofimo Lopez. Okay? There's certain guys that I just don't like Ramirez in the ring with. Progress is one of them. I want Ramirez to get in the ring with Taylor first before he even entertains a fight with Progress. Stylistically, of course, I'll give him a shot, but he wouldn't be favored in those fights. Okay? And by the way, Progress against Teofimo at 140 is an amazing fight. That would be amazing. I would favor Teofimo, right? But man, Progress is gonna get on the inside. Teofimo likes to be in mid-range, right? That's where he likes to fight out of. And Progress is gonna try to stuff those punches of his. But Progress might get hit with that fucking right uppercut, though. I'm not even gonna lie. He might walk into the fucking right uppercuts the more I think about it. But my point is, put some respect on that Teofimo Lopez name. The dude can box. The Richard Comey fight, it only lasted 2 rounds, but he set that punch up. He set it up, right? He timed Comey. He timed him. Comey had no idea it was coming. Comey thought he was the one about to land. He thought he was going to be the one to land. All that was timed. The way it looked like Comey was about to land, but he got hit first. He timed, okay, I call it the bounce, but you could say, because he wasn't bouncing, but he was applying pressure on his back foot and front foot, okay? Lopez started throwing the punch before he applied pressure on the front foot, okay? He timed him, all right? He knocked that dude smooth out, bro. That was boxing IQ. That's what that was, okay? That split second, before he applied pressure on the front foot, he threw the punch. That split second, within about a millisecond, and beat him to the punch. Knocked him out smooth, cold, right? Dude was doing front flips and, dude, I was like, God damn, this dude doing front flips, and he had him, flipping around the ring, got back up, and, he didn't know where the fuck he was. That deal just finished him, He has knockouts, one-punch knockouts with his left, with his right, with hooks, with straights, with body shots. It's a bad boy here. This kid's the truth. This kid is the truth. You better put some respect in that Teofimo Lopez name. Better put some respect in it. Put respect on that name. The Nakatani fight, I want to talk about that fight. Because that's one of the few fights people watched, And the one thing people never mention is that, first of all, and it's one of the reasons I'm kind of about that Taylor fight, Nakatani was a tall dude, okay? Nakatani had a decent jab, and Nakatani only won a couple of rounds. Some people only gave him like 2 rounds. He was playing safe in that fight. Nakatani was playing it safe, guys. He was playing safe in that fight. Nakatani was. So, you're not going to beat this kid if you play it safe. You're not. You're going to have to grow some balls, and you're going to have to take some risk. Right? No matter who the fuck fights him, you're going to have to risk getting knocked out, because it's not just power. It's speed. He has a quick jab. He left Lomachenko looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He has Cobra-like freaking strikes. And he has venom in the end of it. Right? He's quick. He's strong. The punches are powerful. That's why Lomachenko he didn't want to engage. Lomachenko realized right away, man, this kid's fast. I can't dictate the pace. I can't hit him, right? I can't stop in the center line, land a punch, and get the fuck out of there right now. Because he's going to hit me back. He didn't feel comfortable doing it. All right? He didn't want to step in the line of fire. So we're talking about speed. We're talking about boxing skill. And on top of that, he could end the fight at any moment. All right? At any moment. You're going to have to risk getting knocked the fuck out against this kid. Okay? You're going to have to risk that. I'm just telling you that right now. All right? You're going to, like, whoever fights this kid, you have to risk getting knocked out to beat him. You can't play it safe and just survive like Lomachenko did for 7 straight rounds. Like Nakatani did for a whole fucking fight. Okay? If you want to say you went the distance against Theo and you made him look bad a couple rounds, then do that, you're not going to win. All right? To win, you're going to have to stand in the line of fire. I don't give a fuck who it is. All right? Lastly, I want to end it about Theo with this. All right? Teofimo Lopez, first of all, I also want to say this, though. Hold on. I love the way he applied mid-range pressure throughout the fight, okay? The dynamics of cutting off the ring and keeping somebody in front of you, it's a lot easier if you keep it at mid-range, okay? Because at that point, instead of a 20 by 20, depending how far you're from your opponent, let's say you're 3 feet away from your opponent or 2 feet at that mid-range, right? All of a sudden, you're talking about a 18 by 18 that, ring that really your opponent has, because you're fighting off of that, those 2 feet. That's why sometimes I think it's more effective to pressure somebody from mid-range than try to get on the inside, okay? It does make the ring smaller when you do that. Also, right? When you come on the inside like that, you give the opportunity for somebody to, one, stick their head in your face, all right, but also to hold you and stop and put a pause in the action and make you reset and start all over again. If you keep it at mid-range, they have to get close to you or sometimes jump at you to hold you. At that point, you could take a step back, you know what I mean, and land the uppercut. Take a step back so they don't hold you, and then you keep pressuring them. And that's what I love about this kid. Him, some other fighters, Benavides at 168 does it very well. Okay. And it may not appear like pressure to the eye, but they're constantly staying in front of their opponent and not letting them get comfortable. All right. At the end of the day. So Teofimo Lopez did that very well. All right. And guess what? Not everyone has the footwork of Loma. You know how many guys are going to be in a lot of trouble with this kid? Like, I'm just telling you right now, they're going to have to stand in the fucking line of fire. And lastly, I just wanted to mention that really quick. So put respect in this kid's name, okay? This was not a step up. Now, it was a step up. Don't get me wrong. It was. So let me rephrase that. Of course, this was a step up fight, okay? But some of you guys, man, like, I swear to God, like, we're making it seem like he hadn't fought anybody. Okay? Richard Comey turned into a bum overnight because he knocked this guy out. Okay? But Richard Comey sucks. Dude, Richard Comey is a top 5 lightweight in the world, bro. I think he beats Luke Campbell. I think he knocks out Linares, to be honest. I don't think Linares could take the pressure of a Richard Comey. Linares might outbox him. He might, but that's a risky fight for him. Okay? A lot of these are pick'ems. I think Richard Comey beats Pedraza. I just don't understand where people were getting at. Like a lot of you guys out there were picking Comey to beat Teofimo. And then a lot of you just acted like it was a lucky punch. I mean, goddamn. Man, I'm telling you right now, bro. Richard Comey ain't done. Richard Comey's a good fighter. Another fighter people shit on, and which was relevant for this fight, was Diego Magdaleno, who's a southpaw. Okay? I know that Diego Magdaleno is not at the level of Lomachenko. We all know that. I think we could all agree to that. Okay? But Diego Magdaleno is a top 10 lightweight in the world. You guys have to stop making the boxing world seem smaller than it is. Okay? It's not like there's only 3 good guys and the rest are just bums. Like, you are minimizing how impressive a lot of the things these guys do by talking like that. Okay? Diego Magdaleno is a top 10 lightweight in the world right now. Name me 10 lightweights, not including Teofimo, but name me 10 lightweights that you know for a fact would beat Diego Magdaleno. Name me 10. I want them in my chat right now. Name me 10 of them that you know for a fact beat Diego Magdaleno without a shadow of a doubt. You're positive they would beat him. Name me 10. I want 10 names. I want 10. Now, Diego Magdaleno, right? He was the only southpaw Theo had fought at that point, right? That fight, I swear to God, Diego Magdaleno like puts on a performance, okay? Every punch in his arsenal, including the hook, hooking over the jab, like these really difficult things to do. Diego Magdaleno is a well-schooled boxer, okay? And he's throwing a textbook jab at him, and he's hooking over the fucking jab, okay? He's hitting him with body shots. He's countering him. He's walking him into body shots. He lets Diego lead, and then he fucking counters him. Then he leads, and he puts a beating. It was a boxing display. Beat the shit out of him. Diego ain't bad. Not all time. Not all time, big dog. I mean today. Lightweights today, not all time. I'm not saying Diego's a top 10 all time. Today, right now, Diego Magdaleno is a top 10 lightweight in the world right now. Right? Right now he is. At the moment. At the moment, he is. That's all I'm saying. And that's the momento. Why are you guys saying he's a bum? Like you were acting like he's like top 50 or some shit. Now, okay, he put a boxing clinic and then stopped him. That was an impressive win to me. It was. Of course, Magdaleno everyone has a little bit of success in all fights, okay? But Magdaleno realized in that fight, I cannot keep up with this kid, and he couldn't keep up with the speed or the power. That's what he realized in that fight, okay? He was a veteran in that fight, too. He only had, I think, like 12 or 11 fights at that time. He didn't have a lot of fights when he fought Magdaleno, like 13 fights, I think. But whatever it was, and it was fighting a fucking veteran, and he fucking schooled the veteran and embarrassed him. Now, people just wanted to brush that fight off, like it didn't matter or some shit. Many didn't even bother watching the fight. But that's Diego Magdaleno. I mean, come on, like Diego. Yes. Now, of course, we know that Lomachenko's better than Diego, so you have to gauge it with that. But still, if you want to dismiss shit, if you wanted to know if he had more than a right hand, you could have watched that fight. You would have seen a whole variety of punches that he was landing on Magdaleno. And types of combinations, everything. Magdaleno actually stood in the pocket more, so Theo was able to display more in that fight. Plus, he's not as good as Lomachenko. On top of that, okay? But if you didn't know, now you know. Now, let me move on to this one. Look, man, this is just my opinion, but I think some of you guys, you just need to let Teofimo have his shine. Okay? Let him have his shine. Can the guy not get like a week, a couple days of shine? Right? We're already dealing with Loma fans that don't want to accept the loss and swear up and down this fight's a draw and all. We're already dealing with that. Okay? Let him have his shine for a little bit. Just a little bit, Just saying. You're right, G Funky. That was the guy who was going to give him 12 rounds. Well, look how that went, right? Now, I'm hearing the talks and the rumblings about Devin Haney. Like I said before this fight, I don't mind a fight. If they want to fight, sure, we can do the fight. I don't mind. All right? Some of you convinced Devin Haney wins. Me, not so much, but okay. Like, if we want to do it, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't worried about it. Right? I'm not. Okay? But this whole Teofimo Lopez is ducking Haney shit, let me just tell you guys something right now. Okay? All you got to do is look at the paths of both guys. And like, can we just have an honest conversation about this, right? Teofimo Lopez has faced far better opposition than Haney. It's not even close, okay? I don't think Haney's fought a guy anywhere near as good as Diego Magdaleno, okay? Maybe his last opponent, maybe, okay? But I can't, I don't know. I'm not saying that Diego beats Haney. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, he hasn't fought that level of opposition yet. He hasn't fought a Richard Comey yet. He hasn't fought somebody like that yet. Now, I'm not saying Haney won't graduate from those fights, okay? But he just hasn't fought that level of opposition yet, okay? Neither has Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is about to win an interim championship if he knocks out Luke Campbell, okay? Like you know what I mean? Like, we're going to have 2 WBC champions and a franchise champion, all this nonsense at the WBC, right? We could all agree that the WBC has fucked all this shit up. We could all agree to that, all right? But the reality is that right now, Teofimo Lopez has proven he's the best lightweight in the world. That fight was for lightweight supremacy. He is the best until proven otherwise. Whatever opinion you have of who wins the fight is irrelevant at the moment. He's the best, okay? So he's the best at lightweight. I had him as the best when he beat Richard Comey. Because Richard Comey was a better win than anyone Lomachenko had beaten at lightweight. And now he has Lomachenko on his fucking resume at lightweight. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying let's not do the fight. Hey, if you want to make the fight, let's make it happen. I'm all for the fight. I don't mind the fight at all, actually. I'm all for these type of fights. I want to see these fucking fights. Okay? I do. But let's be honest. Let's not just, trash on Theo and he does. Like, really, look at the paths. Who had the easier path, right? Devin Haney at the moment is in the same predicament as Terence Crawford. Same predicament. Remember when Spence told Crawford, I'm going to go for this belt and that belt? You know what I mean? Remember he said that? Oh, I'm going to fight you, but first I'm going to go collect this belt and that belt, and then I'll fight you in the end, right? That's what he said. And what was Crawford doing that whole time? What was Crawford doing that whole time? Fighting opponents slightly better than what Devin Haney's been fighting, but for a Crawford, we would expect a little more at this point, especially being undisputed at 140 pounds. But Crawford decided to re-sign with Top Rank, and he is where he is. Devin Haney decided to sign with Eddie Hearn and the Zone over there. And if he's not beholden to them, then let's see. Can Devin Haney please stand up and tell us he could fight on ESPN? Can he do that? Can Devin Haney fight on ESPN? Because that's going to make the fight a lot easier to make if he could fight on ESPN. Because that's where the fight's going to have to be. At the end of the day. If Theo wants to agree to the Zone, okay, fine. I'm not going to complain about it. But I don't want to hear any. If it comes out that Haney says only on the Zone, and I see channels come out that, well, it has to be on the Zone, D-Style officially does not agree with you in any way, shape, or form. At all. The best lightweight in the world is Teofimo Lopez. He had a lot of eyeballs on ESPN. He defeated Vasyl Lomachenko and Richard Comey. He defeated 2 guys with belts. He's the A side. So let's make it easy. Let's not do any non-negotiable stuff. The fight's on ESPN. Right? So it should be an easy fight to make. I hope it happens, but that's just the way it's going to be. That's the reality, and objectively speaking, that's just the way it is. Devin Haney put himself in the same predicament as Terence Crawford. Everybody's saying that Terence Crawford needs to, he needs to, swallow his ego, go to Fox and fight these PBC guys. I agree 100%. In that same spirit, I also believe that Devin Haney needs to go to ESPN because that's where the other lightweights are. He could fight Ryan Garcia. He'll do a pay-per-view with Tank, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know how that one's going to happen. But at the end of the day, that's what's going to have to happen. All right? That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about that. Okay? And that's how I'm laying it out. You know? Man, Prophet, he's going to knock out Ramirez, Prophet. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. Devin Haney has to chill with trying to take away Teofimo Lopez's win. Okay? He tweets out that Theo was too small and old, but he's about to fight a guy who's older, okay, and smaller. And that's been knocked out just in his last fight. And it's been knocked out before. And it's obviously not the same. And coming off a damn injury at that in Gamboa. And he was trying to fight Gary Russell before that. All right? So, like, I mean, come on. How's that clowning Theo? Well, look at who he's fighting. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I am just saying. I'm super saying. Okay? I wouldn't mind Haney fighting. Look, it's the same way I feel about Crawford, okay? If Spence going to be fighting Garcia and then like getting all the belts, fighting tougher opposition, and then Crawford just wants to fight for undisputed just like that. You know what I mean? He wants to get to the Super Bowl, right? A lot of you love this. You love this when I was saying about Crawford, right? So I'm just saying. He wants to play in a Super Bowl without playing in the playoffs. I wouldn't like. I'm not against the fight. Don't get me wrong. If Haney fights Teofimo, I'm not gonna make a video. I'm gonna be happy. I want to see it. However, it just isn't that much to ask to say, Haney, please fight a top 5 lightweight in the world. Okay, let's make it happen. If he has the money and all that, and the zones is shit, okay, it's a decision you made. It's where you put yourself on the chessboard. Make it happen. All right. Simple as that. So, and for anybody that was saying that Teofimo was unproven and all that, anybody who was saying that, well, he fought better opposition than Haney did. If somebody wants to name me an opponent, Devin Haney beat, that's better, okay, then Vasyl Lomachenko, and you know what? I wouldn't even do that one, okay? Comey. Give me a name better than Comey. Give me a name better than Comey, all right? I'm cool if you guys want to talk about making this fight happen. I got Theo. I think Theo wins that fight, okay? I'm cool with people saying, hey, all I know is I want to see that fight. Let's make it happen, right? Cool, all right? But I'm not going to have a discussion about who has a better resume, who's done more, is Theo running scared, like none of that, okay? I'm all for Haney getting his shine. I'm all for Haney. He's a great talent, okay? You know, I give him a shot, but I don't think he wins. But we'll see. You know what I mean? Just saying. I'm not saying. I'm super saying. Afro Rican says, none of these guys are positioned to criticize Lopez. Theo just beat the man at 135 regardless of how anybody feels. That's just a fact. And he beat a champion before that as well in Comey, a reigning champion. A guy who had a belt, in other words, a title holder, whatever you want to call it. All right? Yeah, you know what I mean? If Haney, I mean, I get it, Brian. I'm not against the fight, bro. You know? I'm not against it. If the fight happens, I will thank the boxing gods. I think we all would. Okay? But I'm just seeing, man, I'm just seeing some dudes that aren't keeping it real on the situation. Right? Devin Haney's in the same predicament Crawford's in. That's just the truth. And Crawford's more accomplished than Haney. Crawford's a former undisputed at 140. Crawford's a veteran. Crawford's a proven fighter. If anything, he has more leverage in a lot of shit. If anything. You know, we'll see how it goes, obviously. The fight could still happen at 140 as well. There's an interview from last year saying Haney saying he wants to fight now because he's going to be moving up soon. Now, soon could mean anything. Soon could mean 3 years. Soon could mean a couple months, right? He wasn't specific, but if Loma moves up to if Theo moves up to 140, right, and fights for undisputed there, and he wins there, okay, you can't knock him for that. You just can't. You cannot knock him for that, right? You know, like I'm just saying, you cannot knock him for that. I'm not going to knock him for that. All right, I'm not. Thank you for that support, Afro Rican G. All right. I get it. We should never shit on a fighter, build another, and I agree with that 100%. And in that spirit, let's not shit on other fighters to build another one. In the spirit of that, you know what I mean? The way I see it. But what you say, Natatuaku? Natatuaku disagreeing with me, just to disagree. Let me take a look here. The Tank Cruz winner. I mean, that's for a quote-unquote regular bout, right, at 135? I'm just saying. And then we want to do the lineage thing. I mean, Manuel Shar has the regular WBA, which the lineage goes all the way back to Lennox Lewis, and it goes all the way back to the NABA, if we want to do that. So do we have to beat Manuel Shar? And I'm just being a fool with that one. But anyway, fuck Manuel Shar, okay? But Haney's definitely way better than Manuel Shar, okay? But my point is, I'm all for it, but what this kid accomplished last night is something, and a lot of you out there didn't even believe he could do it, okay? Like, can you let him breathe a little bit, please, before you start calling him a ducker and, you know, and all this stuff? Can you just can you give us some breathing room a little bit? Make some room for the guy that just won. You know, celebrate a little bit. You know, it's a big win. You know, just a little bit. Like the 50 Cent song, just a little bit. You know? Man, Crawford Theo, I don't know about that one, but that's at 147. You know what I mean? I don't know about that one. You know? I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, Pac, we're close to 30 right now, and we're just at 24 likes. Press the like button. If you have the chat up, just press that little X in the top right corner. It'll bring down the chat. Then you can press the like button, and then bring the chat back up. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. What's going on, Boxing Wave? How is it going, bro? How's it going? I'm all for, guys. I'm all for the best fighting the best, but this is Theo's time to shine. It's his time to shine. Okay? He put in that work. He stalked. For everybody saying that you don't make fights by stalking dudes and confronting them in hallways and all that, well, guess what? Right? You don't make fights, you know, showing respect, and you don't make fights, you know, being cordial and all that shit. Hey, sir, please, sir, can you give me a fight, sir? I'm a big fan. It would be an honor to fight you. Like, nah, dude. Like, hey, yo, I think I could beat your ass. We're gonna fight or what? Right? And it happened. You know what I mean? The fight happened that way. So, Tuku says, I have to earn the like. Well, in fairness, that's true. People got to like the video. I get you. You know what I mean? You're not lying. You know? You ain't lying there. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Hey, he's done his thing. You know? Brian S says he don't give a shit who fights. He just wants to see the best. He wants to see the best fights. Well, that's fair enough, and I agree with you. Right? Too many cheerleaders on here. Look, I get someone to say, "Oh, you're being a cheerleader for Lopez." You know, I'm just bragging a little bit about the pick, but dude, I'm here. Let me tell you something. These styles here, whether I get the pick right, if I get the pick wrong, I'm always here. You know what I mean? We all get picks right. We all get picks wrong. You know, it's just the way it is. Like when we keep it real, that's just the truth. We all know that, but But like we don't say that out loud, you know what I mean? The winners get to brag a little bit. That's all. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Well, what did I say, Bam Bam? Did I say something? I don't even know what I said. I want to see Theo Dad versus Ryan. Trash talk. What's next for where was that? For Loma D style? Look, some people saying it should go back to 130, but just stay at 135, bro. Like I just don't get this whole he's got to move down because he lost. Like he's already dedicated himself to this division. I just stay in this division. That's all. You know? What I say, Bam Bam? I don't know what I said. That's cool. What do you got on Junior Lopez versus Angel Garcia? I got Junior Lopez, bro. You know what I mean? But I got Mad Dog versus both those dudes. That's right. You know? That's right. That's what I think. You know? But at the end of the day, man, um, it was a good weekend for boxing. I don't even know. Does anybody know the ratings are out? By the way, I don't even know. But at the end of the day, man, I'm glad you guys are here. Um, and that's that. All right, Oxiano, you're not lying, bro. Junior for sure. Yeah. With that said, I want to thank you guys. All right. Oh, the cash apps from a family member of mine. I just saw it. Yeah, they owed me $5. So the cash app that they paid me. So thank you so much for that cash app. Okay. There's still a couple of you out there that bet me on the fight that haven't paid up yet. Okay. Be men of your word. I'm just saying. And we did agree immediately after the fight, but let's say immediately after the fight's here till Thursday. Am I not merciful? All right. Am I not merciful? So with that said, this is D-Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out. Peace.